So let's talk about side hustles, specifically that big dream of making an extra grand a month. It's something millions of us in the UK are thinking about, right? But is it actually doable, or is it just a bunch of hype? We're gonna break down what it really takes to get there. I mean, think about it. An extra £1,000 a month, that's a game changer for a lot of people. But is it a realistic goal? Or is it just, a pipe dream that you only hear about from online gurus? Well, let's actually dig into the numbers and see. And trust me, this is not some niche thing. Just look at this number, 22,200. That's how many times, on average, people in the UK have searched for side hustles every single month since last August. It's not just a trend anymore, it's a huge national conversation. So, why the sudden explosion? You know that feeling, right? It seems like everyone, your colleague, your neighbor, that guy you follow on Instagram, is starting some kind of side hustle. What's actually driving this whole boom? Let's find out. Wow, and just look at the variety here. It's not all one thing. Sure, creative stuff is at the top, but right behind it you've got retail, tech, health. It's all over the place. This tells you it's not just about getting any old second job. People are trying to turn what they love, what they're good at, into actual cash. So, what's the number one reason people are doing this? No surprises here. It's the money. 2/3 of people are in it for the extra income. But here's the catch. The big paradox, their number one worry, time. How do I fit it all in? It's this constant tug of war, right? The need for more money versus the very real fear of just completely burning out. And this brings us right back to that big question. Can you make £1,000? Well, the answer is kinda yes and no. The potential is definitely there. About 20%, so 1 in 5 people, are actually hitting that number or even more, which is amazing. But, and it's a big but, for most people, about 73% of them, the reality is closer to £500 or less a month. Still useful, for sure, but it's a different picture. Okay, so we know the why, but what about the how? Let's get into the specifics. One of the most popular ways people are trying to make this money is by selling products online. So let's do a deep dive into the world of Amazon FBA and see what it's really like. So if you've never heard of FBA, it stands for Fulfillment by Amazon, and it's honestly a bit of a game changer. The idea is simple. You find a product, you send it to an Amazon warehouse, and they handle, well, pretty much everything else. The storage, the packing, the delivery, even the returns. And the big prize is you get access to their massive, massive Prime customer base. But, of course, it's not free. Amazon's going to take its cut. There are 3 main costs you've got to watch out for. There's the referral fee, which is basically their commission. Then the fulfillment fee, that's for all the packing and shipping. And finally, the storage fees for just letting your stuff sit in their warehouse. And that last one, storage, brings us to something super important. You have to burn this into your brain. Amazon is not a free warehouse. I think it's the biggest mistake new sellers make. They think they can just ship a bunch of stuff over and wait for the money to roll in. But if that stock doesn't sell, oh boy, those fees start to add up. And they add up fast. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Look at this. It's called the Aged Inventory Surcharge. So, if your stuff is just sitting there for about 8 months, you start getting hit with extra fees. But if it sits for a whole year, that fee jumps by almost 5 times. For someone just starting out, that can literally eat up every penny of profit you were hoping to make. It's a huge reality check. All right, so that's the world of selling physical stuff. But what if you don't want to deal with inventory and shipping? What if you want to sell your skills instead? Well, that takes us down a totally different path, becoming what you might call a virtual pro, specifically a virtual assistant, or VA. And the name of the game here is specializing. You've got to find a niche. These are the top 5 where VAs are making the most money. You've got social media management, running accounts for businesses, high-ticket sales, helping companies close those big, expensive deals, executive assistance, which is like being a remote PA for a busy boss, online course management, and, of course, bookkeeping and finance. Let's just pick one of those to see the potential, an executive VA. So if you're super organized, great with emails, can manage a chaotic schedule, you could be earning between £3,000 and £6,000 a month. I mean, at that point, we're not even talking about a side hustle anymore. That's a full-on remote career. So you might be asking, why on earth would someone pay that much? It's because you're not just an expense. A really good VA provides direct, measurable value. You're not just a line item on a spreadsheet. You're an investment that helps a business save time or, even better, make more money. You help them close those big deals, and they're happy to share the reward. Okay, so we've looked at products, we've looked at skills, two very different worlds. But you know what? There are some rules that apply no matter what you do. So what are those common threads, the things that all successful side hustles have in common? Let's get into the universal rules for success. Looking at the data, three big things jump out. Number one, you've got to use social media. Over a third of people say it's their single best marketing tool. Number two, and this is a big one, manage your time. Remember that fear of burnout? Well, get this. 72% of people who are making this work are spending less than 10 hours a week on it. It's about being smart, not just working harder. And finally, get some support. Find a network. Talk to people. You don't have to figure it all out by yourself. But, we have to keep it real. Let's talk about another side of this. Even a hustle that sounds like an absolute dream, like, say, getting paid to walk dogs, can be a real grind. We heard from one professional dog walker who said that by the time she'd done all the pickups and drop-offs, her flexible little side job had basically become a full 9 to 5. And that just perfectly shows the gap between the dream and the reality, doesn't it? The dream is you strolling through a sunny park with a few cute dogs. The reality? Breaking up dog fights, getting soaked in the rain, and working just as many hours as you did in the office. Every single hustle has its downside. And speaking of reality, there's one thing you absolutely, positively cannot ignore, no matter what your side hustle is, and that is knowing your numbers. Yep, we've got to talk about tax. Okay, so don't panic. In the UK, there's actually a pretty helpful rule to get you started. It's called the trading allowance. Basically, it's a tax-free allowance on the first £1,000 you earn from any kind of self-employment or casual work. Yep, you heard that right. That first $1,000 you make, it's all yours. No tax. The whole idea is to make it super easy for people to just try something, to test out a business idea without immediately getting buried in complicated tax forms. But, and this is the most important but of all, the second you earn £1,000 and 1 pence, everything changes. Any income you make over that amount has to be declared to HMRC on a tax return. There's no way around it, no exceptions. If you ignore this, you can get into real trouble. It is the absolute #1 rule you've got to follow. So, there you have it. We've seen the huge potential, but we've also seen the very real pitfalls. We know it's not easy. It takes skill, it takes smart time management, and you absolutely have to know the rules. But the opportunity, it's definitely real. So the only question left is the one for you. You have skills, you have passions. What's your £1,000 idea?